There's times that I wonder what my life would be like if I was an accountant instead. Hello, welcome back, gentle folks. This is Cetriya, Cetriya. And yeah, today, while I just do a painting of my most recent tutorial, Painting Gold, so be sure to check out that video. But otherwise, we're just going to do a simple art and chat. Forgive for any kind of background noise. For the best part, I'll try to be entertaining. Feel free to chat with me, or especially leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, it's the only way I can interact with you. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts or plans for changes? It could be art, it could be career-wise, life, whatever you feel comfortable in sharing. And yeah, so if you've been a follower for some time, I'm always talking about being a bit of pivots and changes, but I think right now with all that has happened, we're pretty much at a new point, a new phase. And I think in 2020, you either did really, really well or not as well. And that's just in general, whether it's health, life, family, whatever. But today's topic is keeping it relatively light. And that is now that I feel maybe a little less congested mentally, that I've been taking time to think over just kind of reviewing what I want for, like, just envisioning my life kind of thing in terms of my career in general. And just like have you ever listened to certain like lifestyle podcasts or whatever, watch those really nice vlogs, and they kind of try to do this whole vision board and things? And I've tried that, but I think what happened was I was just too uncertain of what I want to envision my future. It's almost like I was denying myself a bit, what I can or can't do. And right now I think mentally I'm at this point where it's like, well, this is what I actually want, and there is nothing more worth it than just striving for what you actually want than settling, because you might not even get what you settle for, and you could have been spending your time actually getting what you want. So this is really what kind of started my thought process on this, like, what exactly do I want my career to shape and how that fits in my life. So I started a different channel a while back, and it's just a casual channel. Sometimes I post, sometimes I don't. And that's mostly about, me living at home, and not living at home, but like actually having a home, excuse me. I'm no longer at home, work at home anymore, unfortunately, which is another reason why this started. But yeah, doing my little gardening and home routine and whatnot, and really just in there and thinking about my life. And then I've had like questions from family, hey, why don't you do this, that, and the other? And then once they actually asked me this question, like, would you move across country to get a better job opportunity at this point? And as much as I complain about my current job, the thing is I look at it and I'm like, yeah, but this next thing is not the step in the right direction. So as I think most of you know now, I'm in my 30s, and you really do just kind of sit and think. It's like, you don't just take random steps for the immediate gratification, or maybe the media payout, whatever. You really need to kind of like start thinking and like, okay, I've experienced what happens when I just jump at something. Now I'm really sitting there and thinking about like crafting what I want my future to be, and mostly what started with this whole illustration career. So there's a lot of parts to it. There's some parts that I did a bit of sacrificing for, and other parts that I need to get rid of because I don't like it. And one of the parts that I've kind of sacrificed for way too long, and that is going back to like working on stories and comics, and even if it's short or long or whatnot, or even writing a novel, even though English is I'm just not good with English, even though it's my first language. I'm just not good with English. But you know what? It's one of those things where I need to figure something out, because that itch will not go away. My desire to come up with new things, it just won't go away. So hopefully I can add that piece in, but not even necessarily making money from it, but more so being able to build my career where I could have the time to work on such projects. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, comics don't make a lot of money unless you, I guess, sell like a movie rights or something like that. But at the same time, it's not like something you just don't ever do ever again. It's something that I enjoy. I put up a post recently of if any of you guys still watch anime. And I think for the most part, you guys either still watch anime or don't watch it as much. For me, I probably barely have watched any anime in maybe over a year or so. You'd think during quarantine I would, but I don't know. It's just not my thing. But I do read a lot of webtoons, webcomics, and manga still. Very much into the whole, I fell into the world of like romance games or whatever for girls, whatever. That's my current thing right now. And then lately, of course, looking into a lot of like sci-fis and things like that. I'm probably going to go back and watch some old stuff. But the point is, like, this is something that I actively enjoy. So I still want that piece in my life. Yeah, let me know what is it that you felt that you've kind of over sacrificed. I think that's the best way to describe it. You've sacrificed something that at this point is starting to be like, well, what's the point of me being here if I can't even do this one thing? So let me know what that one thing is, or you can even chat on it if you were here at the live of this video. But yeah, continue on to like the second part, is that now that I've been in the office full time for a few months now, I am 1000% a homebody. I do not like commuting. I do not like leaving my house for unnecessary reasons. I do not like not having access to my kitchen to eat a good meal. I've already gained weight since I've gone back to the office. Yes, you heard me correctly. I've gained weight going back to the office than when I was at home, because I can really sit there and do my meals correctly and eat, the good stuff. And sometimes trying to package those things or meal prep a whole week in advance is just not easy. And then to take those with you, I've forgotten my lunch at home before. There's not any options at work. But the point is, I'm very much a homebody, and I feel that I like the sense of control over my time. I'm more flexible. If there's a lot of work that week, then I'll just sit and do the work. But if there's a very little work that week, I don't want to feel like I'm required to come and sit there when I could be doing something else. I really think that at this point, when it comes to creative work and deadlines and getting things done and shipping things out, that this whole you're just there from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever doesn't really work for creative fields, because it really is a feast or famine kind of thing. There's about 2 or 3 periods out of the year where it's a lot of work. And then there's the rest of the periods, even if you have administrative work, it might just not be enough. And I feel that that would be a great time to set up a bit of vacation, some relaxation, or, planning your marketing or whatever. And just being in an office and being stuck there, it doesn't work for our field. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm doing a customer focused type of work. And I just want to be able to expand that and be able to control more of my time, but also going back to the idea of being location independent. Because, I visited family. That's about the only kind of travel I did this year, but visited family. But eventually I want to be able to live somewhere else and still be able to provide for myself and take care of myself. And then last bit is something that I think is starting to get to me. And I think this is something that gets to a lot of people, because for others, my job could be a dream job for them, right? Think about it. I went to art school, I graduated, and I eventually landed a job where I do art and administrative work for art all day, right? That sounds like a dream job. Now, I wish it paid more, but it's whatever. But thinking about a lot of those other artists in artistic fields like Disney, something you might not know, like a lot of people who work in games in Disney eventually get up and start doing their own thing. And that is, I'm an artist. I'm a creative. You guys, I assume most of you guys who follow me are also artists and creatives, and you just don't want to be stuck doing the same thing over and 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 over again for years to come. Like, either your skills aren't being kept up, so you're not as challenging, you get stuck in a rut, things are just not working, you know what I mean? And I'm really starting to get at that point where I feel like a million ants has crawled up my leg and I just need to run. I just need to go kind of situation. So that's the point that I'm in right now. And that's really all of those 3 points is basically what's getting me to think about, hey, I really need to start constructing or reconstructing where my art career is headed at this point, because it does feel a bit of a dead end, So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this illustration. This illustration was actually quite frustrating to work in because, again, I'm so out of practice and out of being innovative and trying new things and doing other things that this really is just an example of why I need to move around. I need to get up. I need to expand. I need to do new things. So yeah, like I said, commenting is the only way for me to really interact with you guys. So even if it's just to say hi, or like, hey, I like your work, or hey, actually, I think this would work. Or if you have any request for, some kind of new piece of artwork you'd like, again, let me know your thoughts. But either way, thank you again. And hopefully you enjoy it. Feel free to check out any of my links of my artwork, whether you would like to purchase from a shop or just see what I have in the future. And if you haven't subscribed already or follow my work in general, please do. I do post videos probably a few times out of the month, so I'm not going to fill your feed. Anyways, thank you again, and I will see you all in the next video.